Hey everyone, I am Kenji Aja, and today I will be reading negative reviews of Battle Realms Zen Edition, which is the remaster of Battle Realms currently available on Steam. Let's try to be healthy and efficient here. We will see what the talk of the town is, maybe find some common themes, or maybe I can even help people out with their issues. Alright, I better not regret this. Here goes nothing. Oh, found a good one. Back then, before the modern update, it used to be a chill, brain-dead game versus AI. And that's okay. Now you can't chill and be brain-dead versus AI. With the whole new attack type and defense type system, you actually have to put effort in playing a game even with just an AI. Why? Because the AI actually counters your builds. In Pokemon terms, think like you build fire type units. The AI builds water, rock, ground type units. And with the new typing system, you actually deal little to no damage at all if you don't build properly. And it doesn't stop there. If you build units that counter water, rock, ground type units, the AI will actively counter you, forcing you to play how they want you to play. Yes, if you are into this, actively strategizing every moment you're playing, then by all means, give it a shot. Just don't forget Steam refunds last only 2 hours. But if you're looking for a chill, brain-dead game like only build one type of unit, win, haha, then this is not the game for you. See, this one is interesting because it does not really seem negative. Of course, I am sorry to hear the game was not for you, but after all, it's a real time strategy, you know? You have to strategize and actively seek ways to best your opponent in battle, not sit back and chill. You kind of remind me of my old friend Otomo with this. Are you displeased with this strategy game because it does not let you win if you don't put effort into it? Battle Realms is all about effort, trust me. I've been there. It is all about picking appropriate units given the situation you face, and that situation is ever-changing throughout the game. I must also highlight that the concept of damage and armor types has been in the game since forever, and is by no means something new. If you finally had to pay attention to that system, I see that as an absolute win. That means you begin to play the game as it had always been envisioned to be played. If you decide to make one type of units, you are just asking to be easily countered. And if that somehow works, then I think it's time I pay a visit to the developers. I would still advise to try and get into it. It is actually lots of fun when you begin grasping its concept. The balance fixes are insanely bad and dumb. Campaign is unplayable. I have no idea how many people have bought this game because of nostalgia to play the campaign and few skirmishes, and how many of people needed these zero IQ balance changes for multiplayer that make the campaign fully broken. Is it that hard to make your idiot fixes not affect campaign, or make a mod in Steam that you will subscribe to if you want to play balanced, so-called multiplayer? You know this could go both ways, right? Why don't you go and make a mod with the balance that you feel works best for you? That would be the right thing to do. I would even bet a couple sacks of rice that the local community would happily help you with that. They are a good lot. Pretty bad game. It has a weird mechanic where your guys spawn super slowly, but the enemy spawns lightning quick. By the time you fight one wave of baddies, you're already fighting another wave. Every single mission requires you to just slowly destroy enemy bases. Then they get built back up when you leave because the enemy has bases all over the map generating resources. They get a max cap of 60 units, you only get 30. It's just not fair. One of the worst strategy games out there, TBH. Nothing is fun about skirmish missions. So first things first. The AI has been left without cheats in Zen Edition as a counterweight to it becoming skilled at the game. So, the peasant spawning speed, and I guess you mean exactly that, is the same for both player and AI. However, in the journey missions, you are forced to fight against big pre-established bases. Alright, this is too complicated. But I can offer some quick pro tips on this. Build more huts to increase your peasant generation speed. Learn damage and armor types as per the earlier discussed review. You could also lower the difficulty if you haven't done that already. From then on, fighting should not be as difficult. I believe in you. You can do this. Too many unnecessary fixes, and that ruins all the strategy, fun, players that really love this game. Battle Realms in Game Ranger version still better, only has minor bugs that needs to fix, but still playable more better than here. The team behind, BR Steam name Komi, is ruining the game by changing the advantage and disadvantage of each clan due to his favoritism. How he can be pro at it. I thought BR Steam will be nice to play by fixing the smoke and horse musket bug, and so purchased it as early access, but upon playing and he's update daily on changing the old BR we know, and the fun of old school strategy is messing things up, with auto and noob players becoming more noob, depending on that autos. And I thank you. Hold on a second. There's another one just like this. I'm not making this up. Look, it's the same thing. Coincidence? I think not. Their identicity is also quite suspicious and makes me think they could be one of those hordling creatures created by the Nightfall. Komi, my friend, they don't seem to be very fond of you. Alright, I will need proofs on this one. Coincidentally, I happen to have Game Ranger right here, so let's see how lively it is in there at this time. It should be, right? Since BR is better played there than on Steam. Okay, I see 5 people total in Game Ranger. I happen to have the Steam version here as well, so let's hop right into it and see how many people play multiplayer there. You know, even all the AI aside, there are many more players playing on Steam. I think if it was better there in Game Ranger, wouldn't you have more people playing? Anyway, on to the next one we go. Okay, this one is a YouTube comment, but I was told to bring it up here for discussions. Let's see. Terrible patch, in my opinion, from a game that was different from any other RTS and held a place in my heart. The new patch really just makes it a spam troops and repeat instead of focusing on strategy. I understand these were made for multiplayer balance, but come on. Training time should be reverted. Zen Master HP should be reverted. Buildings have way too much health. Please rework the siege damage type. Its current state is abysmal. AI for bots is not fixed. They just go for your weakest troops and use suicide units. The way units now engage is weird. I understand you needed to fix troops not obeying orders, but it's just silly. Oh wait, here below we can actually see an opposite point of view, I think. Let me read this one as well. After 20 years of its original release, I think they had to adapt. Being different wasn't enough. While it's an amazing game, and I really prefer it over others, RTS, I think it's a breath of fresh air to the dynamics of the game. It's a game with no real macro game. It's purely focused on the units. And your comp, it really adds up to have extra micro and a unit-heavy focused RTS. The meta will eventually evolve to give space for the siege units and suicide fast units. The 4 towers each player can build really are a big advantage. Now that you have to build around sieging a position or defending a position, Tier 3 units in numbers might even be a disadvantage now, because small attacks with Tier 1 and a few Tier 2 support units are pretty effective and time effective. We will see, but surely has shaken things up a little. Try giving it a chance. Well, Mr. Barbademajon, I couldn't have said it any better myself. Thanks for offering your point of view. And thank you, Mr. Lloyd Valentine, as well. I would say, however, that what you described in your comment fits the description of the Legacy game, much more than the Zen Edition. I mean, that is why the Legacy game had to be changed in the first place, isn't it? Moving on. You cannot play with more than 2 players on multiplayer mode. Can't even play this with friends. Fix this, devs. It's 2023. Is it 2023 already? Wow, time sure flies. Anyway, as of February 20th, most multiplayer issues should be fixed. You should give it a try again and see if the situation improves. Let me know if it doesn't. I will have a chat with the developers. Might need to set an example there. New version of the patch is slow, unable to create units to fight continuously. Yeah, these are real reviews, guys. You can go and see for yourself. But in all seriousness, as of update 158, the unit training has become faster. I am serious. It's in the change logs. I really like this game, what it brings with. Like the units, clans, and stuff. But one reason I would deinstall this stupid game is your FNKI. It's so redacted dumb, and you know that. Are you even testing your redacted KI? I played with 2 other against a hard, a easy, and a normal KI, and all build like FN crazy. We played like 2 hours and quit, because we got no chance against the easy and the normal army, because they played it like ESL champs. So, if you really want to keep your honest players, you should fix that FN redacted. Make it FN equal. If you FN say it's an easy army, then program it like an easy army. You just switch the words and use the same redacted program, and you know that everyone knows that. Fix your redacted or instant deinstall. Back to CNC where the program brings what it says. I am guessing by KI, you mean AI. The AI in Zen Edition is not that dumb. It's quite contrary, actually. As of 158, the AI was taught how to actually play the game, more or less. It will micro-units in combat, it will consider appropriate counterpicks, it will retreat, it will cooperate with other AI. It will not be easily baited into an ambush, it will give you a hard time if you are unfamiliar with the game. The AI should be a sparring partner that will show you the core mechanics of the game, rather than just a punching bag. Remember, knowledge is power. If you can't beat the AI, you need to rethink your approaches. Keep in mind, the core mechanics of the game rely on damage and armor types, and unit counterpicks. That is the most important thing to know when playing Battle Realms. Don't buy this game after Update 158. The game very unbalanced the AI so hard to beat in skirmish and campaign, even easy mode. The skirmish done only 15 minutes because enemy AI troop already have samurai, etc., etc., etc. era. You will crush by them. Hope to fix this. Whew, Dragon help me. Well, I already shared the information and advice on the AI. Remember that the AI doesn't train faster than you, meaning you can also have samurai at the same time as AI. How? That is for you to figure out, my friend. I can only wish you the best of luck in that. This is a terrible and frustrating game. Your units are dumb as rocks and don't follow orders. They seem hell-bent on ignoring you and engaging in combat, then wipe like cannon fodder. Not even the slightest inclination of unit balance displayed as enemy armies can kill everything, producing nothing but swordsmen. The AI enemies openly cheat. They perform no scouting and magically know where everything is at all times. Save yourself the hassle and frustration and avoid this game like the plague. Neither AI nor players can kill everything, producing only swordsmen. I mentioned that earlier today. If they kill you with only swordsmen, you are training units weak to cutting, like dragon warriors for example. Train spearmen or kabuki warriors, and you will then turn the game around. They resist cutting damage and deal effective damage against swordsmen. It's pretty simple. If you are unsure what fights what, hover over either your units or your enemy units' portraits after having selected them. You will then see advanced tooltips that will hint you at what is effective. And this goes out to anyone having issues with unit control. Get into a skirmish match and press the T hotkey in order to see this useful screen that mentions the most useful hotkeys in the game. You're looking for passiveness, stand ground, and guard behavior orders. Those are the ones defining your unit's behavior. Also, don't forget about the movement modifiers, which are Control and Alt, depending on what you set. In the game's options, holding Alt when right-clicking will make your units walk or run, and Control will make your units attack move or force move. Use Wolf, other clan nerfed. Wolf Shale armor buffed, easy win. Peasant with horse, collect water nerfed. Dragon Geisha no longer recover stamina when fighting. Alrighty then. You know, it's quite a lot of time you spend in the game after having left that negative review, actually a double of what you had back when you wrote it. Are you sure it's all that bad? This version of the game lacks many features compared to the actual game, most notably the language settings. Instead of making some pixels pretty, they'd do well to implement the actual features. Then I'd gladly pay 30, 40 plusars instead of 10 plus for 3/4 of a game. No, you wouldn't. Don't lie to your friend Kenji. You said many, but you only listed one. Where is the rest? And even that was never a feature of the actual original game. It didn't have any language settings on its release. Yes, the game was distributed in many languages according to the regions, but it was always one language. Zen Edition has a lot of new text additions. They are not easy to translate and keep up to date, as I am told. But the languages will be supported as the time goes. Everything that the game could support back then, and even beyond. New update, stupid. Ha, okay, that one got me. That's a good one. Buggy piece of hot garbage. Can't be fixed after a dozen years. Wow, you guys have no chill. The update has made the units more stupid, moving on their own. No, it did not. The latest update. Break everything. This game used to be the best RTS game, but this new update broke all gameplay. No, it did not. The game plays better than ever now. What exactly is broken? You know what? After all this, I have a strong urge to look at the positive reviews. But as there's no more time, we will just take a look at the most all-time upvoted one. A farmer guy turns into woman geisha. Nice! I honestly don't know what I expected. Okay, unfortunately I will have to wrap this whole thing up. Time is precious and I shall not waste it any longer. At least not here. Let me know if you'd like to see a part 2 or something. I could probably ask Otomo and Shinja to aid me in this uneasy task. Otomo might suggest reading only the positive reviews, though. Well, we will figure it out, pinky promise. This was Kenji Oja reading negative reviews about Battle Realms Zen Edition on Steam. It's been quite fun. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Thanks for having me, and I'll see you on the battlefield.